Josh Taylor is in a situation where he has to do some soul searching and cleansing. After his last appearance in the ring, he has found himself having to defend against the likes of Jack Carrell, possibly again this coming February. Let's talk about who, what, where, when, why. Jack Catterall, the former undisputed super lightweight junior welterweight champion of the world, is in a situation where he is no longer undisputed. He is currently the IBF and WBO super lightweight champion, having given up a couple of his title belts due to not wanting to face the mandatories for those other sanctioning bodies. He is eyeing an opportunity to get back in the ring to redeem himself against Jack Carrell. Their fight that took place in February of 2022 is a very controversial fight. Very controversial. Catterall challenged Taylor and gave him all that he could ask for. At the time that they fought, El Gato, which is Catterall's nickname, who is 5'7" with a 69-inch reach and currently with a record of 26-1, he was undefeated when he faced Taylor with 13 KOs. El Gato is chomping at the bit for an opportunity at a rematch. He felt that he had done just enough in their previous fight to become the undisputed junior welterweight champion. So the belts that Taylor entered the fight with were on the line, and Taylor did not necessarily come out on top, even though the judges awarded him a victory. It was a very controversial decision for the Tartan Tornado. Taylor, who is 19-0 with 13 KOs, is from Haddington, Scotland. He's 5'10" with a 69.5-inch reach. He's 31 years of age. Catterall is 28. Taylor had a very tough time against Catterall. And this fight seemingly proved something that made me make different decisions about who Taylor actually was. When he came out of the junior welterweight championships, he gave the impression that he was the best at the weight. He had defeated the likes of Ivan Baranchyk, Regis Prograis, Jose Carlos Ramirez, all on the path of becoming undisputed. Catterall seemingly came out of nowhere and took that lofty position away from Josh Taylor. In their fight, which saw Taylor get cut twice above the left eye and below the left eye, get knocked down for the very first time in his career in the 8th round, and he was deducted 1 point in the 11th round for punching after the bell, still won favor with the judges. With all of everything that was going on in the fight, the one thing that he failed to display was something that may haunt him going forward in not only a rematch with Catterall, but possibly in his career period. That is the questionable ring IQ that he showed during the fight with Catterall. He seemingly wanted to walk in and maul and push Catterall around, using what he felt maybe was his size advantage and his height. But Catterall, who fought defensively and could catch Taylor coming in cleanly with shots, countered him all night long. It was the fact that Taylor did not make adjustments during the fight, which make me question his ring IQ. Now, whether he were distracted or if he had actually got hurt at some point in the fight and was just trying to smother Catterall is not known, because Taylor was very dismissive after the fight. At one point he remarked that Catterall should come up to 147 and face him there if he wants a rematch. But here is where we question Taylor's craftsmanship and give credit to Catterall for his. There were numerous times where they had clinches, and Taylor seemed to want to bully and press. But Catterall, who would stand his ground, move behind a cross-armed, shoulder roll type defense, crab defense, and counter and pot shot Taylor, put Taylor in a position to be vulnerable and get caught easily on clinches and walking inside. Did I mention that Catterall is also a southpaw? And so out of his southpaw position, his right hand was integral in throwing off Josh Taylor. He could catch him coming in with hooks. He caught him with the jab. And often when he threw his overhand or straight left, he would catch Taylor walking in cleanly, thus leading to the first knockdown of Taylor's career. And even after being dropped in the fight, Taylor did not make adjustments. I was saddened by this because as I had placed Taylor being undisputed on my Thunderous Top 10 list, I realized how vulnerable he really is, and I realized the lack of intelligence that some of the other fighters that he had victories over, they didn't utilize ring smarts against him. He can be outwitted. He's very defensively irresponsible in there. And when you come in wide open with no jab, a counterpuncher is supposed to set you straight, whether it be straight in the path of your own destruction or straight down to the canvas, as he found himself against Catterall. Will he make the necessary adjustments going into the rematch? It remains to be seen, because out of 12 rounds, I found it very difficult to give Taylor many of the rounds in this fight. Even when they mauled on the inside, I could see where Taylor was not working, but Catterall was. And when the final bell rang, Catterall raised his hand because he felt he had done enough to win this fight. Taylor felt he won the fight as well, and he raised his hand at the final bell. But throughout the fight, the adjustments just were not there. And if you're going to be in the championship rounds, you have to do something decisive to separate yourself as champion from whomever your challenger may be. Taylor looked the worse for wear after this fight. And when the final scores were read, the crowd was just excited because it was his hometown crowd, but people were shocked because Catterall really deserved the nod. So going into this rematch proposed in February, will Josh Taylor look to make adjustments, or will he come in just the same? My bet and guess is he will try to box better, and we'll wonder if Catterall will still have the same type of motivation. It is no longer for Undisputed with only 2 titles on the line, so that takes some of the luster off of things, but he could benefit with a victory. What do you think, and who do you have? This is Stormy B Man. This is my commentary on these 2 men facing one another possibly in February. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, the third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Talk about it. Let me know what you think is going to transpire when these 2 face off again. This is all I have for you at this time. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.